Welcome to Boats and Bushcraft. This week, join me walking around the local woods. Got a new bit of equipment I want to test out, so I thought come down the woods would be the best place to do it. So let's get into it. We're going to check into the old den, see how that's doing. It's probably trashed by now because they've built a new house. Well, they're starting to build a new housing estate right next to this woods. I think they're putting in about 1,000 homes. So my usual walk here was blocked off with fencing and stuff. But anyway, let's get to the base camp, have a nice cup of tea and test out a new bit of equipment. Right, round we go. To be fair, when it rains you expect that, so always bring waterproof boots or wellies. One over there, one here, and looks like one over there. It's nice to see him enjoying it. You can normally tell when his kids do it because they do it directly next to the main path. Not even slightly hidden. Oh, it's nice to see him getting out and enjoying it. Yeah, last time I came down here was quite a few months ago, and directly next to my camp, someone had done a massive fire on the ground, left a right mess, wine bottles, cans everywhere. It was just trashed, so I would not be surprised if this is either completely gone or at least completely trashed. Realistically, I'm expecting it to be everything burnt and smashed up. We're almost there, so let's see. Right, I put my coat on to get through the ferns because they're about 6 foot high at the minute. Right, spin the camera around and let's see what the den looks like. Funnily enough, my security stick is still there at the base camp. Had a tree down there. I can still see it. It looks like it's still here. How on earth is this still here? That's Emma's den. Oh my god, it's still here. Right, what's happened there? So that bit's broken. That could have just been from age. Someone's dug out near that tree. Pot's still there. And the firewood's still there. It's still there. I did not think it was still going to be here. Right, I'll spin you around because I need the torch on anyway. Let's have a look inside, see if it's still, everything's still there. Now look, even the stick I put down is still there. Bloody hell. Well, that stick's fell out. Actually, it looks like it's fell out. Someone's placed that there. And I didn't have any citronella sticks in there before. Yeah, all my wood's still there. Yeah, still there. Oh, there. Yeah. So it's had a piece of wood out there. Still usable. Right, now the thing is, hopefully, if this is working correctly, you should be able to hear me. Before, I had to stand back this far. I'm not even that far from the camera. I'm maybe about 6 foot, but I have to be that far back in order to get in the shot. Yeah, so normally I have to go all the way back or come down on my knees like this so that you can still see me and hear me. But thanks to my brother, who's bought me this wireless mic, in theory, I should be able to go back and you should still be able to hear me. So, for example, if I was now collecting sticks to do a fire, I'd be able to walk around, come all the way back here, for example, get some sticks for my fire, and you'd still know what's going on, and I wouldn't have to shout, which is going to be great for stealth camping, and we can get our wood. Now, I don't know the range on this, but in a minute we're going to find a different location, set you up, and we're just going to see just how far this can reach. Let's see what sort of range we get on here. So I don't know if it's going to reach this far. I don't actually know the specs for this mic, but it's a long ways further than I would ever walk to record, so if it can reach all the way over here, then you know you're onto a good one. Right, so let's get as far as this first tree. From here, I am a long way off from the camera. You can't see me now. If it can reach here, then this can reach forever. Start making my way back. I will have to remember though that you can still hear me, because It's only when I'm recording. Once I get out of sight of camera and you can't hear me anymore, I just chatter away to myself about any old thing. So yeah, in theory, hopefully that worked all the way over there. But this first tree, that's about as furthest I'll ever get from camera for a shot. But yeah, once again, thanks my brother for the mic. Cheers for that, I appreciate it. This should work well as well on the boat when I'm jumping on land to moor and stuff. You'll still be able to hear what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's a Hollyland microphone. And comes with that little device, pokes into the bottom of your phone. Comes with two chargeable wireless microphones that charge off this, and you got your little wind buffs. Has settings for noise cancellation and all the rest. I don't know how to do any of that yet. I've only just got them off my brother, but I will work all that out. And yeah, they just unclip like that. That's now powered on, and they have tiny little magnets on the back. You just clip on your clothing, and that is it. So yeah, once again, cheers for that. Dog walkers will see me when I'm going past, but I'm not that fussed. Set us up a nice little cup of tea, I reckon. You've all seen this little setup of mine before, haven't you? Little Euro hike stove, mini gas bottle, sponge to keep it clean. Yeah, I'd say that's done. He's gone. What a view though. Can't even zoom out enough to fit these big boys in. Had a bit of a chat with the dog walker, just sort of about how the woods are and things. I don't know how long the woods are still going to be like this. Once they build the new estate, there's going to be lots of people coming in here, which is good that people are going to be enjoying it. But let's be honest, there'll be more rubbish, more dog poo bags, and just, yeah, I've spent a while now trying to find a new woodland that I can use, but there's nothing nearby. This is about 2-3 miles from my house anyway. This is the last of it, so yeah. I'll still come down now, I don't care. As long as I come late and leave early, I should be fine. Right, well, there we go. I've had a lovely cup of tea. It's meant to rain in a little while, so it's time to start heading home. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you on the next one. Ciao for now. But while I was down there, I'd check on one of the dens that I know of, and they've blocked that path off, so obviously someone is still using it. Yeah, you may have remembered from previous videos, I'd found this, I was looking for new locations to build a base camp, and I stumbled across someone else's, and we had a little back and forth with letters and stuff just to establish like whether we were going to meet up and do a camp together, I guess. And the lads did invite me for a camp, but by that point my circumstances changed and I wasn't down here very often, so I never actually replied to that one and met up with them for a drink. They offered me out for a drink, but never did it. Yeah, it looks like they've been busy. So they've made the walls higher for a start. Yeah, they have been. A few bits and bobs. So yeah, I assume they run a ridge line from that tree over here, possibly to that one, and do their tarps over it. What's this about? Is this the ladder? I don't know what the plan is with that. Have they been using a rubber mallet to knock in nails? Why? What is the ladder for? Are they going to build this? I don't have a clue what's going on here. So that's obviously their... Where are they running the ridgeline from and to? They've got a ridgeline there with a tarp. I've got their nails and their scrap wood and that. But where are they? Oh, where's their ridgeline running? Across? Let's climb in and have a look, see. They obviously know what their plan is. They've got a load of hooks here for some reason. Don't fully understand that one either. go in and have a look. Random old scraps of wood. What on earth is that? Fair enough, lads, fair enough. They've got a nice little fold down shelf. Yeah, the original stuff they've given up on. I wonder where that wings or a mustache. So yeah, that ridge line is obviously going. I haven't a clue where they're planning that from and to. There's nowhere to attach it. Yeah, lads, if you do end up watching this video, my only complaint would be, did you need to bring wood in for that? You could have made that out of this stuff. There's literally no reason for it to fold up. What's the point in it folding up? You could have just knocked up a table with all this. Look, you've got plenty of wood around you. Oh, there. And take your rubbish with you, boys. Don't leave your cans there. So this is that's actually a decent quality tarp there. I will have to get down there at some point. They're young ones, so they left me their Instagram to contact them before, but I lost that, so God knows. Yeah, that's a little potions thing, in case you're wondering where we are. Obviously they're still using it, but I think what it was, I was expecting it to be like an old boy. Well, I'm not exactly an old boy, but I have an old man's mindset. And I think these were like teenagers. That's why I'm not really going to go down the woods. I'm in my 30s and go down the woods and meet up with some teenagers, have a drink. If I'm ever down there at the same time I was going to. So yeah, that's the little bonus bit update on how their den's going. I could see them pretty much turning that into a house. I think that's the plan. Oh well, each to their own. But yeah, lads, there's no reason to bring the... Let me show you one last time. There's no reason to bring in wood in order to do this. Like that stuff, that's not needed. Fair enough, the tarps, but this you could have done with wood that's in the woods. While I'm here, actually, what the hell? Can anyone advise on that? That is not a normal egg. Size of that. My hand for comparison, like that's a monster of an egg. What on earth laid that? What freaking ostriches living in here? Right, I won't be any more nosy. I'll head off now. But yeah, lads, don't bring rubbish in the woods. If you find it in the woods and reuse it, fair enough. But I have a feeling that's been brought in. But, oh well. Onwards we go.